Hi guys, how you doing? I have a friend with me today and he wanted to sit and listen along with the story I'm going to read. Does anybody remember who he is? Remember what his name is? I'll give you a hint. It started with the letter P. P for Pete. Pete the cat. Alright Pete, you could sit right there and I'm going to read a story to my friends. So today's story is Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's written by Eric Litwin and the art is by James Dean. Let's get started. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, brown, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. There's a green button, a blue, another darker green, and a red. 4 buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many are left? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Number 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. He's down to 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing a song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. 1, 2, 3. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Let's count. 1, 2. 2 buttons are left. Number 2. Because 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Here's number 2. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Let's see. 1. We're down to 1 button. 1, number 1. Because 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Here's his 1 button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? How many buttons? 0. Because 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. What do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song. He's not crying. It's all good. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no. We just keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. Right? There's nothing to cry about if we lose a button. What do we do if we lose a button? Well, we could either not wear the shirt, or we can have our mom sew the buttons back on with a needle and thread. But there's no need to cry about it. We'll just be happy. Bye, guys. Move over, Pete.